And on Tuesday mornings, we talk to our neighbors and business from all throughout the Washtenaw County area. And the segment made possible by our friends at Northstar Bank. And I'm delighted to have with us this morning from White Lotus Farms, Miriam Rawl and B-Love Davis. Thanks for stopping by this morning, folks. How are you today?
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. So it's a pleasure. B-Love, tell us about the history of White Lotus Farms. What got White Lotus into business about a decade or so ago?
Yes, White Lotus Farm started as a Dharma center. We're Buddhists, and at some point along that process, we started growing vegetables for the Food and Faith program because we heard that food gatherers wasn't receiving any vegetables.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So we started doing that, and as we matured as a community of practitioners, we decided that we wanted to do what in Buddhism is called right livelihood, where you make your living by caring for things compassionately and providing beauty, basically, and goodness for your community.
Oh, so, I just love this. Oh, yeah.
So right livelihood, that's what we try to...
livelihood. I've not heard that term before.
Care for things, grow things, be wise, be kind, all that kind of good Buddhist stuff.
I'm all in.
All right.
And Miriam, your business has just grown and grown and grown over the years. Tell us about some of the major steps that you've taken since you got started just about a decade or so ago.
Well, we're really excited right now because we were just named Best Local Farm in Washtenaw.
by Current Magazine.
Yes.
Congratulations. And also Best Instagram,
yes.
I see.
Yes.
Good for you.
So that's really exciting for us. It really means a lot to us to be so integrated in the Ann Arbor community as a local farm. We're a nonprofit, an educational nonprofit, and we really aim to share what we're learning through our farming model to show that small farming is still sustainable. And I think that we're really making great progress in our innovative practices. And we have a farm cart at our farm, which is open on Saturdays from 9:30 till 2. And our model is kind of a diversified model because it is challenging to have a sustainable small farm. So we grow fantastic organic produce. But in addition to that, we also raise goats.
Yeah.
And
for our creamery.
Yes.
For the creamery,
we have a creamery, and we make farmstead goat cheese. And we have a bakery and make really wonderful, wholesome bread. And so all of those three areas come together along with farming and gardening. All three areas come together really to be able to show that small-scale farming is sustainable.
Where are you located? Forgive me interrupting. Where are your farms located?
We're out on Liberty Road past Zeeb.
Okay, got it. And where are products also available? You said you can get products right at the farm at White Lotus Farms, but where else can people find your products, Miriam?
Well, we're at the Ann Arbor Farmers Market downtown on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and you can even find us there through the winter. We're there every Saturday.
Through the winter?
Through the winter, yeah. Another thing that we do on the farm is we have hoop houses and a greenhouse, and so, you can imagine that it's a little more challenging in Michigan in the wintertime to grow a lot of produce, but we do it. And where else can you find us? Let's see. We're in lots of smaller retail outlets now, and some local restaurants are starting to carry our products as well.
Do you do mail order through your website?
We don't.
You don't?
We do not do mail
Do you envision getting to that sometime down the line, or no?
I certainly could see that in our future.
It's possible. Yeah. We do CSAs.
How about tours? Do you have a lot of schools come through White Lotus Farms, B-Love?
We do. We have tours on Saturdays once a month. We give lots of school tours, and those are always about the entire environment that we're creating, which is sort of what I was referring to when we began. So we have this phrase that we use out there called Beyond Organic, where we're creating an entire environment, which is growing flowers. Having a farm in the garden and a garden in the farm is a big part of this. And even the bread and the cheese is done in a way where it's artful and intense.
What are your backgrounds before I let you run? What did you do before starting White Lotus Farms? I'm just so really love what you do and love your philosophy. But what did you do beforehand?
Well, that's a fun question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Because we all come from really different professional backgrounds. Bila, for example, worked at...
I worked at the Metropolitan Museum in New York, so...
Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yeah, in New York.
And I'm a long time Ann Arborite. I used to actually work back when Park Davis was in town. I worked at Park Davis, which then became Pfizer. And I worked in their international regulatory department. So we also have lawyers who are now farmers.
Yeah, how many employees do you have right now?
We have about 14 full-time employees, but really the crux of our productivity is thanks to our volunteers. We have a huge group of volunteers that come out every weekend, help from weeding to, actually helping with farming and harvesting.
Our guests this morning are Miriam Rawl and Beloved Davis from White Lotus Farms, our neighbors in business, and the segment made possible by Northstar Bank. Find out much more about White Lotus Farms at their website, whitelotusfarms.com. They're located at 7217 West Liberty Road, just past Zeeb Road, you said, correct?
Yep, just past Zeeb Road.
And the correct phone number, 734-707-1284 is the best number to reach you.
Yes.
And keep up the incredible work. What a great success story. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Really appreciate hearing your story on 107.1.